Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome back to Esports Talk. You know, it's not very often that there are professional players who go pro in several different esports titles, or at least have the ability to go pro in several different esports titles. For example, Forgiven, Pro League player who used to play CS 1.6, or iShiny, Pro League player who actually switched over to Apex Legends, or another example, Elige, CSGO player who started off with StarCraft 2, and now our very own Huni, the Dignitas top laner that was actually recently interviewed by Dash, the league analyst, where he says that he's actually better at FPS games and was offered a spot on the Overwatch League.
I was going to ask you to reflect on that, but now I'm kind of curious. Has it sparked a desire to say, like, maybe at some point I'm going to try my hand at a different game, a new adventure?
As long as I am good at that game. Like,
yeah.
But
what other games are you good at?
The funny thing is that I'm actually more talented at FPS. You're a shooter game.
Really?
Yeah. That's
okay.
like
So
that's
Project A.
Like that was like really interesting. Probably people don't know like that much. Like after Immortals, we failed a playoff, and then it was a Noah Winston. He has a CEO.
Yep.
He was like offering me that. Are you interested at the off season trying to be a professional player for the Overwatch
team?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because I was like rank 1.
Oh jeez. Ah jeez. It must be tough to be so good at so many things, Huni. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean that was like kind of my concert, and like I denied it. I gotta play solo queue in LCK or so Korea solo queue. And then my dream is joining LCK.
So Huni could have been signed by Immortals, which means that if he did actually go for that, we could have seen Huni playing on the Los Angeles Valiant in the Overwatch League. And that is amazing to me because it requires a lot of dedication to be able to play several games professionally at the same time. And he says he reached rank 1 in Overwatch, which makes me question how the heck he even did that, considering, well, he'd have to spend all that time practicing for the league and the LCS, while also juggling getting to rank 1 in Overwatch, because Immortals offered him a spot on the OWL during League's offseason. So that means that they had to know that Huni was really good at Overwatch before that point. So he was doing both at the same time. So if Huni's actually that good at Overwatch, he's a very rare case. Most League pros probably couldn't make it to a tier 2 team in an FPS, and most FPS pros probably couldn't make it to a tier 2 team in League because there's just so much mechanical skill and game knowledge and honestly muscle memory that's required to switch between the two games. So it takes a lot of dedication to have a really strong understanding of both games at the same time. It is very respectable. Like imagine switching from Siege to League, where in Siege you gotta know all the different maps very well, you gotta know all the little bullet holes, you gotta know hatches, walls, you gotta be able to shoot in the first place. And yes, they're both team games, of course, but Siege is a tactical FPS, so it plays a lot differently than League, where in League you got to worry about min-maxing, objective control, wave control, when to pick fights, where to get vision, stuff like that. So they are just vastly different that, you know, I'm impressed with Huni. But like I said before, he's not the only one, because Gamsu, an OWL player who plays for the Dallas Fuel, he used to play League of Legends competitively as well. He used to play in the LEC. It was actually called the EU LCS at the time, but he's basically just an alternate version of Huni. Like if Huni was in a parallel universe where instead of playing League, he went the Overwatch route instead, and they both played on Dignitas and Fnatic, it just adds up way too much. But thank you all for watching. I hope you're enjoying your Friday, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully your weekend if you got one coming up as well. I'll be seeing you all very soon, so take it easy. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.